I'm on here because I have been detoxing from an antidepressant. And it's been a week now. And it was a pretty strong one in a way, according to me. I was put on it because of traumatic events that happened in my past. Now, I don't know if people understand that when you're on antidepressants, it helps you to think better, clearly, not go through the traumatic crying, anxiety, depression, offing yourself, things like that. Now I'm getting off it. I'm detoxing. And detoxing doesn't mean that, oh, you detox and you're so happy and everything's great. No, it comes with a lot of changes. It comes with, I was nauseated, felt like vomiting, sick to the stomach. At times I had a hard time eating. Movies I used to watch that I wouldn't cry about. I would just have a hard time trying to understand why people can be so sensitive to these sad moments. I can now relate. I think I may cry a little too much. I mean, I don't think I've ever truly cried over a cartoon. And I did several times. And I figure I'd get on here so I can tell you something that happened to me and one of my traumas. I'm going to try very hard not to cry. I have 5 children. One of them is a girl. And one of the traumas that I had, that I wasn't given the chance to see her deliver a baby, or that I could see my grandson when he was born. I wasn't given that chance because I was divorced and she was with the other family. She was with me until she was 16. She wanted to go back to where they lived, and she did. But that family was very, very controlling. It would not allow me to see my daughter. I have never, ever been mean to that family. I was never, ever mean to my children. Nobody. Never, ever, ever, ever. I mean, when I got divorced from them, and I say them, not just him, when I got divorced from them, I actually got divorced with his lawyer. I was only given $300 per child per month. And I did that because I just never ever was a fighter, I guess. I wanted peace. Hi, Louise. Lois, I think. And so I was never given a chance to see my own grandson being born, and he's the only grandson I have. So in the middle of detoxing from a medication that I was taking, that's an antidepressant, I know that people get the wrong idea of what detoxing actually entitles. You will cry, you will be depressed, and things that traumatized you before you got on medication Now getting off of it, I can feel again. So I go back to some memories of not seeing my grandson being born. The only grandchild I have. And how much I would have loved to have held him. Just hold him and be able to smell his breath or touch his little toes, hug him, look at my daughter, hug her. I guess these are moments I didn't really, I guess at the time I just couldn't deal with it. It was just too much. And my twins, I have twins. At that time they were a year old, so obviously not easy under a lot of other circumstances. But this one I could talk about. And I was watching a video. I mean, for God's sakes, I cried. I cried over a cartoon. I mean, like, really? It's not something I cry over when I was on antidepressants. But now I'm off of my antidepressant. And I did it correctly, the way a doctor tells you to get off of your antidepressants. I did do that. I did it the right way. It's just that now I'm crying over any little stupid thing. It's not stupid, though. I was watching Frozen, for God's sakes. And there are some sad parts in there that I would have never have cried for. And I did. Hard. Weird. These are emotions I have not been able to connect with ever since I was on antidepressants. And now I find myself sensitive to so many things that I always looked at other people wondering why you cry so much. Why do you cry over this romance thing? Why you cry over this and that? I always did that. And now here I am off of antidepressants and I'm crying. So is this what a normal person does? Is this how you feel? That's a lot of feelings. I want to be strong too. It's not a matter of strong. It's just that I do have a family support now. So I can now at my age, I mean, I was on antidepressants for even before 18 years ago. Even before then. Because ever since I was 15, I was taking medications. I'm bipolar manic depressive. Now, nowadays, are we really? Am I really? Or am I just highly sensitive to a lot of social environments? Am I bipolar or am I sensitive? I think those of you that are, and you're having a hard time, take your medication. I took it for 45 years. Am I right? 40 years. Could that be right? Yeah. I took it for 40 years on medication. And it started off with the first family, with the family that I had gotten married to. And I guess because of my way of being, maybe no one could handle it or something, and the things in my life that happened and wanting to off myself so many times at such a young age, I guess that's when they give you that that choice. They give you the diagnosis and you're on medication like that. I didn't have a psychiatrist. I was always going to just a doctor. I ended up having a psychiatrist when I physically tried. This is very triggering for people, and I apologize if it is. But this is my story. And so I am pretty much the guinea pig of medications for the past 20 years. Am I saying this right? I'm 55. Go back, that's 45. No. My brain's mush. So since I was 15, I'm 55 right now. So I have taken all the medication, I was the guinea pig of all antidepressant medications. And now at my age, now 55, my life isn't stressful. I have my animals, I have my birds, my dog, my fish. My life is much more stable. I was told many, many times, if you're bipolar forever. If you're depressed, then you're depressed forever? And you take your antidepressants forever? I don't think you should take antidepressants forever. That is my thinking, considering I was on antidepressants for such a long time. Now I'm stable and I'm getting off of it. And I think it's very normal to cry. It's very normal to feel. I don't think it's normal not to feel. So, I believe I've always been a very sensitive person. And I always just needed the right people around me. So, in a way, I am going to thank that I did have the medication when I needed it. And that I had the medication when I had so many traumatic experiences in my life. So I'm detoxing. And I got on here because I had a memory, and I was watching on YouTube of grandparents and never, oh God, it's going to make me cry again. I was watching a YouTube shorts of grandparents that never knew that they were grandparents. And then they'll go into a room and see that their daughter had a baby, or they go to a hospital thinking that something happened to their daughter. I guess they didn't see their daughter for a while or something, and they walk in and they see the grandson or the grandbaby that just had the baby. And I say to myself, I was never given that special moment to hold my own grandson in a hospital. I was ready. I know it's a 5-hour drive. I don't care. I drive in the middle of the night. I don't care. I would have driven those 5 hours just to be next to my daughter. But that side of the family did not want me to be there. I never did anything wrong. I never did anything wrong. I was always good to everybody. I was always good to that family. So YouTube, yeah, you have to be so careful what you watch on YouTube, because it can definitely trigger you. And right now I feel better that I was able to talk about this. And I'm off antidepressants. And it's important to talk about things that were very traumatic. I understand that talking to a live audience, and there's so many people that, like, oh my God, I want to say hello from Turkey. Hi, Crystal. Why would I put an experience like that out there? I don't know you. If I go to a therapist all the time, I know them. I don't want to see them. I don't want to see an expression on people, or laughing at me or something, or telling you, oh, come on, no, you'll be fine, you can get over it. Oh, don't worry, stay on your medication or something another. There's some things that people can be very, very sensitive, and it makes you want to get away from them. So I am on here, and I am letting you know that I am iffy about my diagnosis as far as bipolar manic depressant. I'm extremely a sensitive person, and I think that's why I was put on medication instead of had therapeutic therapy or a family, a supportive family. I spent my whole life moving so much. I never was able to have friends for a long time. So I made sure that when I had my own children, I would not do that. No matter what. People can get over things. And I will be okay, and I know I will. I know I will. Because now I have a supportive family. Because now I know who I am. Now I know how strong I actually am. Tears are not weak. When a person cries, they're not weak. They're just going through hard times. They're strong. Tears help you to relieve pain. To express, it's how you express yourself when you cry. You can cry from joy. You cry from sadness, a loss, medication. When you're at the dentist and you take the laughing gas and probably you're laughing like crazy. Bodily functions, when a person farts next to you, you laugh. Crying is not a sign of weakness. It is your body, it's your own body's endorphin to help you to cope with that. And sometimes it's not enough. So you get put on medication. In my case, I was told I had to take antidepressants for the rest of my life. And I realized now, at my age, no. It's when your life starts to get back together and you have found yourself and healed yourself, and you have stability, and you have family or friends, and you guys, you guys could be mean or nice. I understand that, and I'm fully aware of it. And yeah, I may think of, when someone writes something mean or something sad, like write mean things to a person. To continue a YouTube stream and to deal with all little messages and stuff like that, you have to have a very strong backbone. It's not easy. And I do live because I don't do editing. Editing is difficult. Geez, how many diagnoses do I have? ADD, ADHD, dyslexia like a mofo, because I really have bad. If I write, my 4s might be backwards, my 9s might be backwards, my E, the 3s are backwards, they look like E's. My Y's. Thank God I always get the W's and the O's correct. Yeah. That's why I'm on here. I just wanted to let you know I'm getting through this detoxifying of this very strong medication, and it's for antidepressants, and I'm working. So does that make me bipolar and not manic depressant? Titles. It doesn't make who you are. It doesn't. So that's, I needed to let that out, and I thank you for listening to me. I truly appreciate it. If you're new, hi, I'm a mess, and I am starting to get better as a whole person without medication. It's a journey, but it's not a journey I go alone by myself. I have people helping me and are with me, supporting me. And my ups and downs during this journey has nothing to do with being bipolar, nor do I believe I am. Yes, I will go ballistic. So would others if certain things happen to them. I think it's just doctors telling me what they wanted me to believe so that I could keep coming back. That is my opinion. It's my opinion. But I am in a good place right now. And I'm off of my med. And I'm slowly coming off of the other med. Very slowly. And I do believe I'm going to make it with you guys. And I thank you so much for your thumbs up. I thank you for tuning in. I thank you for listening to me. And it helps me. And if you're new, God, this is the weirdest thing to say after something so deep. It's so weird because I see this, people always talking about it in sad situation they go into. And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. Weird, if you like what you see, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to be notified every time I get on here for a live or something I recorded, press the notification bell. This is the notification bell? Yeah, you press the notification bell and then it says that you want to get every single one. I'm starting. I also connected this super chat, I think it's called. Super chat, I think it's called. I think that is. I finally did connect it. A few times back, I was, I gotta not cry. I was told that they were trying to help me out with certain things, money, and I didn't know how to do it, so I finally did it. I figured it out, and I'm appreciative of anything. Just, I mean, everybody needs a little bit of something, right? That's about it. Love, everybody. Have a wonderful week. And if you celebrate the holiday, may you have everything you need.